Hey everyone, it is day 112 of my study abroad experience, and it's also the last day of November. Oh my gosh, December's tomorrow. Like, what? So I just thought I would do a little bit of catching up. I meant to this the last 2 days because I felt like I ran through my weekend really fast and just kind of gave you the overview, and I didn't really get to go into depth of how I felt and what I liked and what I didn't like. So I wanted to go back on that, talk about some of the things that I've been experiencing the last couple of days, and just kind of let it all out. I'm not doing a month review. I did film one for October, but I just never finished editing it, and I just didn't feel like it, and no one said anything, so I figured no one cared if I made an updated video for October. But November, my first were just mostly Prague and Vienna. I didn't do a whole lot because I did so much school, which November went fast. Not as fast as September. Like, I definitely noticed every day and felt like I was working every day, where September just was gone before I knew it. November I'm just amazed it's gone already, but it was not as fast as September. I'm like, okay, yeah, November's over, it makes sense, it just went really fast. But I'm hoping these last 20 days, 19 really, because my last day's just flying, go really slow. I hope. At the same time, I want to get my finals done. Still have projects. My essay is due on Monday, and I still have to do my Poisson method problems thread and all the things for Bethel. Anyway, thing I want to talk about first, I'm all makeuped up because not anything special today other than I makeuped up to hide the fact that I have some red spots because I have bed bugs. I'm pretty confident that they're bed bugs. I've been thinking I've had bugs all month long, but I definitely think it was mosquitoes. Some of them on my legs were mosquito bites because I saw a mosquito in my room, and I wasn't sure if it was bed bugs before I left for Prague and Vienna. I kind of thought but wasn't sure, but then I came back, and the 2 nights being back, my arms got attacked very aggressively. I can't believe how bad they are. I'm not showing you because especially a couple days later, maybe you can kind of tell my hand. I had bumps in rows, which is a sign of bug bites that they go in bed bugs is the fact that they go in a row or some sort of pattern. But now they're all spread out and red from the swelling. So it's a little much. They're looking better than they did this morning, and I have a couple on my face that I was just I can either go out with the wrong color foundation, which I can mess with and hopefully make it not look too bad, or go out with these red blotches that looks like I have some sort of skin problem and have people think I'm contaminated. So I decided to do a quick makeup, which amazingly I didn't plan on doing a makeup routine this morning, and I still made it on time to the school, so I'm very happy with that. Yeah. I'm not happy at all about this, but there's not a whole lot I can do, and the big thing is to remember that they're just bites. They itch and they're irritating, but they're just bites. I'm not going to get sick, I'm not going to have any problems, and I'm not contagious. That was the hardest thing. Last night I didn't go to the last salsa class because I didn't want to show my arms, and also just was not feeling. The last couple weeks in salsa class I've been kind of bored / irritated because it kind of turned into we're just going to spin the girls round and round, and they don't have a whole lot of control, which explains so much why I don't like to follow. Is I was there. I just felt like I was there for the boys to practice on it. It's this is kind of boring. And then of course there was things I would struggle at, and it would just irritate me. The teacher would be in the circles, and then I would get to him and I'd mess up, and he would then feel like he had to teach me, and it's I just messed up. Just let me do it again and it's gonna be fine. And it drove me insane because he's been doing that for a couple weeks now. Every time I would get to him, and then finally the last week I made sure it was perfect every time because it was just a review time, and he's oh wow, and it's no duh. I just have to practice a little bit. Stop feeling the first time I just messed up. So I just was not feeling it because of the bug bites, because I just haven't quite been enjoying it the same, and it wasn't quite fun the way it was being taught anymore, and I was definitely I think I was exhausted from all the social interaction between the weekends and classes and things. Monday night I was exhausted, but I had to push through, and then so yesterday I just was like, I can't. I need some alone time in my room and get some things done so I can feel like I have self-worth again. So I don't quite regret not going to the last one. I asked Ashley about it. They did learn something new, but for the most part it was like any other class. So I don't feel bad. I really don't. It was much better to stay here. Plus it's getting cold, and I become a major hermit when it gets cold. I'm very happy that it's just now getting cold, to where I kind of have to really start bundling up. I'm actually quite happy about that. So, but back to my bug bites before I go on. I went and talked to Orshi and Rika yesterday to figure out, and my landlord's been contacted, and they're supposed to come clean next Monday, which is the part that's most irritating. I have to live with this until Monday, and today's Wednesday. But I think it's only my comforter, which is why it's down there at the bottom, and I'm just sleeping with a blanket because I just don't see him on the bed, and I washed my sheets, I aired it out before I left, I did everything, but I didn't quite take care of the comforter, so I feel like they're in the comforter, and last night I didn't sleep with the comforter, and I don't think I had any of the bug bites, so I think they're in the comforter. But I can't find them, I can't see them, and I say that you should have red dots from either the bites or from squishing the bugs, and I can't find any red dots. So, because of that, though, too, Orshi and Regan, I thought I should go check in with the doctor, especially figure out that, yeah, it's bed bugs. And yesterday I tried to go, and I ended up missing problem solving for this, but I went to the wrong location, went to the emergency location, not the actual location, and then when I finally got to the other location, it was locked up, and no one was answering. So I had to set up an appointment for today. And I had to leave games and manipulatives early, but I did see all of Logan's lesson, which Logan's lesson was on point today. Very good. He didn't have any games, so he had a lot of manipulative and physical activity, but he didn't actually have a game, but his lesson was on point. It's definitely an algebra lesson, algebra 1, maybe algebra 2, so it might be something I can use. It was really cool using machine kind of function idea with divisibility and then applying that to polynomials. The x squared plus b squared, not that stuff. Equations. We all call it a little bit different, so that's why I'm whatever you want to call it. So I'll probably apply it. But I had a rule, since I had to leave early, that was my rule, was I actually had to leave early, and as well I was supposed to be distracted by the fact I was supposed to be going to the dentist to fix my braces. So I was nervous about that. I was also supposed to doodle because I was trying to distract myself, but his lesson was so engaging. I almost felt bad being a character because it was no, this is actually one of those lessons where you don't have behavior management problems because kids enjoy it. I think I put in the role. I need to write my reflection for him and let him know. So I went to the doctor, and I think taking my time to the doctor, which was a 22-minute something from the college, I spent more time getting there and maybe even waiting than I did in the office. I could not believe how quickly I was in and out. So I go in, and I hand her my passport and the insurance that I have for being part of the program, which I'm kind of happy I used. I was man, I have to buy this insurance, I'm never going to use it, but I got to use it, and they're paying for everything. They pay for that visit, so it doesn't affect my father's insurance at all. So got to use the money that we spent on this. The doctor typed in all my information, asked me where I lived and everything, and then she says, so what do you need? And I say, I believe I believe I have bed bugs, and I pull up my sleeves, and I feel like the first thing out of her mouth is, you need to go to the next room. And I'm just wait, I think. And she went on to then say, and get an bed exterminator, I don't know. And what I was hearing was I can't mess with that. Like I felt like she just treated me like I was contaminated, and like this is my irritation right now, is I feel like I should be locking myself in and not interacting, and like her response exactly felt like that, like, you gross person, why are you even near me? But I think maybe she meant I needed to not sleep in this room anymore, now that I think about it. And it was like, no, duh, I need to get a bug exterminator. Like, I'm not here for you to help me fix the current bug. I'm here to have you help me fix these bug bites and to verify that they're bed bugs so I can tell my landlord. Like, what are you doing giving me this advice? And, I mean, I get it, but it was just so weird that that was the first thing out of her mouth. And then she just, like that was gonna be all she said. Like, she was just trying to give me advice to get rid of the bed bugs. Like, she wasn't doing anything about my skin, and I was like, okay, shouldn't you, like, examine these a little bit, clean them? I don't know. And, like, and more than that, why didn't anyone take my weight and my blood pressure? Like, no one, when you go to an American hospital, it's always like, we're gonna take your weight, we're gonna take your height, we're gonna take your blood pressure, we're gonna check your temperature, like, I don't know about temperature. But there's always things that the nurse would do, and then the doctor comes, and then they talk to you, and then maybe examine you a little bit, watch you breathe, and things, and then you're done. It doesn't take that long, but it usually takes some time, and there are so many little things on the checklist they have to do. But she didn't do any of that. She didn't even, like, touch me, or, like, touch my skin, or, like, actually look at it. So then she's like, well, I can give you this cream and then this other pill for the itching. So then she writes me a prescription and writes on note the other thing that's not a prescription and says that's it, and just lets me leave. And it's like, really? Like, I spent more time getting here than you just spent with me, and truthfully I felt like you were a little rude and you didn't do anything. So, I'm happy we're not paying for it. I'm happy the insurance company's paying for it. And I didn't expect a lot from them, but I just figured there'd be something, like, I was going to ask them, like, can I put something on it and then wrap it up? And, like, what's the best way to wrap it? Like, I was prepared to drag this out as long as I could to get something out of this lady. And, nope. It was quick as can be and nothing to it. But, I mean, I'm happy that she told me what to get, because otherwise I would have no idea. And going to the pharmacy, they give you, I just hand it over to them, and they take care of it. They both got the prescription out for me and the other stuff. Let's let me grab that. So, it's 30, oh my gosh. So I have 30 tablets in here, and I take one before I go to bed to help with the itching. And this cost, let me get my phone out, let me calculate this. This cost me 1,004 florins, which right now with the exchange rate, so this cost me about $3.41. And that was the cheap one. It's interesting, was the prescription one was the cheap one. And then I have this box cleanse thing. I think it's for chicken pox, it looks like. And it was over 3,000, so it was a little bit over $10. So this one was kind of expensive. But still, think about it. I went and I got 2 items from a pharmacy, and they were less than 20 bucks. Maybe around 15. It's just nuts. I mean, this alone, this weighing up was 1,004 florins. I was like, what? I'm getting a prescription for that cheap? And then I was surprised that the other thing was more expensive than the prescription item. So interesting to experience the medical facilities here, which I didn't even talk about. There was no reception at the doctor's office, and like I had to knock, and she had to come, and like I knocked right on her office door, and it was just so weird and so different. So yeah. Problem is these instructions are in Hungarian, so I'll have to research this. I think this is supposed to be a phone to put on top, so I'll either put it on now or put it on after I shower tonight. I'm not sure. And then the other one's for before I go to sleep. But 30 tablets, gosh. Yeah. So essentially that's been my last 2 days. And today is dealing with this, and both physically and emotionally. I just feel so irritated that I have bed bugs. Like, I feel like it's my fault, and I don't know how it's my fault, but I feel like it is. So, yeah. The other interesting thing was Monday, the Dokovic internship, no kids showed up, so next week will be the last of that. And that Daniel taught his lesson in CBG, which I thought for the most part was pretty good, pretty engaging. He doesn't quite know disciplinary issues, and he knows that, so it was pretty good. He did graph theory, intro to graph theory stuff, so which isn't a common thing to be taught in America, but I think it should be. There's a lot of discrete math that we could teach, and he would be really good at that. So anyway, after the Dokovic internship with no kids showed up, went back to the school to work on the last divisibility lesson that we gave today. And after that, I went to Gringos, a Mexican restaurant with Louie and Maddie, which was on point good. I was very surprised how good the Mexican food was. And after that, I went to Media Market to get another USB Wi-Fi adapter because mine broke in the car this weekend, which is part of the reason why all the vlogs came up really late. Was my adapter, without my adapter, my Wi-Fi is shot, it seems, on my computer. I'm thinking after I graduate, I'm either going to have to get a new one, or that's going to be part of when I look at jobs is, are you providing me with a laptop? Because it looks like I might need one. Which I got this one after I graduated from high school, so it'll be 4 years old. Which, with laptops nowadays, I guess that makes it pretty old. So, but going to the mall, it was because it was now down, I went to a different one, and it was huge. Like, the arena is big and, almost perfectly. It's not overwhelming, and it's this is so cool. This one was overwhelming. 3 stories and super long and just so many things. I ran into a lot of Christmas decorations, which is fun, including a Lego tree and Lego statues, including Batman. It was just overwhelming, and I thought about looking around or buying something, and it just, I'm so overwhelmed I just couldn't. I was I got it and got my thing and walked back, which it's right next to a train station over there, and so I got on the 6, I got on the metro, so then I'm getting off underground, and I'm trying to figure my way out, and it's the most complicated underground system I've been in, because it's both getting you to the metro, getting you to the train station, and getting you to this mall, because I think the first floor of the mall was actually halfway underground, because I walked straight into it from underground into this mall. And also, because of all that stuff, there's these store stalls everywhere around this cavern, and everything. It was very awkward, why is this stuff underground and awkwardly out here, and why so much crap, and just everywhere. And it just was the most complicated, but at the same time, it was so awesome, and I was why have I not been here yet? And why have I not been to this mall yet? At least, because the train station I've been down by, when I went to the club for the first time with them for the international party, it was down by there, but that's the most I've ever been down there. So, but I've ridden by that train station several times by now, but it was just whoa, I haven't seen this part of the city yet, this is so cool, but overwhelming, and I just had to get home, which has been happening a lot lately, especially with it being cold. It's just just get home, it's not worth it, just get home. So, okay, and with that then was the fact that today we finished teaching. I just helped today and did a group session. I led one of them. I led the divisibility rule of 3, so yeah, I'm done with practicum essentially. We have our essay and we're talking about something next Wednesday, but I'm not visiting any more schools, which is kind of saddening to think that I'm done visiting Hungarian schools. And technically I'm done visiting schools altogether, because next time I'll be straight teaching. I'm 22 and life is moving forward. So, yeah. Okay. Tonight I'm going to a Scottish Gaelic at church again, similar to the 175th. I might show you some videos from that, or I might not. We'll see. But real quick, I want to recap on this last weekend. I know I was that's the first thing I talked about, and then I ended up talking about the last 3 days more, but they were relevant. One thing I wanted to bring up was on the very first day in Prague, when we visited the castle, I forgot to say that Krista and I visited the biggest collection of Christian artifacts. And it was at least how they advertised it, which was really cool because every time I go to the Jewish synagogues, we see all this craft work and everything, and essentially valuable items that was like, oh, this is really cool to now see the Christian side. And there was a lot of cool things. Couldn't take pictures. That happens so often. But you keep hearing this, is they gave us a coin. I don't know why. So that was like the building that it was in, and then the back is the castle. And like when we paid for our ticket, they just gave us this coin, and we're like, wait, what is this? And like I paid with cards, so I was thinking, why are you giving me change? What is this? And this thing does open. I did it, and Kristen's like, did you break it? I'm like, no, I did it on purpose. But it's cool. So I have a cool little souvenir from Prague that didn't know I'd be getting. So now that I've talked about everything, I can't think what else about this weekend I wanted to talk about. But for the most part, the weekend was a lot of fun. I was very exhausted though, like I talked about needing to give in yesterday, which is so sad. It's supposed to be vacation, and ends up wearing me out almost more than not going on vacation. So, but it was so exciting to do it, seeing those buildings, which I would want to, like, especially in Vienna, when I got into that district of just classical buildings, I'm just like, why? I'm just sitting there thinking, like, why would a person sit back and be like, I'm going to build this thing, and I'm going to do this, and I may have said this, and I get that there might be competitive rivalry between countries to build these amazing buildings, but, like, I think that's just also a part of the human nature to do greatness, whatever that is, and, like, that was their way of being like, we're going to build this, and it's going to be the best thing ever, and we're just going to do it because we can. Like, the dancing house in Prague, like, we're going to build this cool building just because we can, and it, like, ends up being some of the coolest things that stands history and time, and that's just nuts. And the drive. These people don't give up. They keep going, and they finish these projects. It's just crazy and somewhat motivational, somewhat like, I hope I'm never that crazy. So, it was really cool. I spoke of my irritation. I don't know if I emphasized enough how much excitement I had driving into Budapest. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I felt like, started feeling in my heart when I started seeing the city. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm back in Budapest. This is so cool. And I'm going to drive over the Elizabeth Bridge. And, oh, I know these streets and I know these names. And, oh, like, it's similar to what I feel like when I would see the Ray water tower or something else when I drive home, like that excitement and that like I'm home feeling, and at the same time was saddened with like, I can't believe it's almost over. I have a really good feeling that these 3 weeks are gonna go by way too fast. But, and like, not that I want to live here forever, like when people ask me about it, and I have to like emphasize that the reason why I'm enjoying it so much is the fact that I'm not here permanently. The fact that I get to just view this as an adventure, and that's just how it is. Like, I can't say, well, if I was gonna live here, how it would feel the same, or if I was new, I was here longer, like, would it be the same? Like, I don't know. Like, that's the whole point of why I feel the way I do, is because this is how it is, and that shapes the enjoyment of it, and the drive to love it here. So, yeah. I love being in Budapest, and it will always be a small part of home, very small, because it was only here for 4 months, but I feel like I've had a lot of growth and development in personal aspects here that will develop who I am in the future in a great way. And then eventually I'll settle into some town or city that'll be there for years, and it'll be like, whoa, Budapest had no effect. I was only there for so little time. Who knows? It's exciting and interesting, and I'm happy this is my life. So, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you now. I'll think about it, and thank you for staying tuned to my adventure.